Hello, everybody. Welcome back to class. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
That's great. How's y'all's weekend?
It's good.
Okay, well, it's good. It's great having you guys back this week. So this week we're going to be going over the sentence structure of a language. As we know, the English language follows the subject-verb-object structure. So, does someone want to give me an example? Do y'all remember, or do you want me to explain to you?
Well, for example, I can say like, my name Jesus punched the punching bag.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
So your subject is Jesus, the verb is punched, and the object is the punching bag. Yes, that's correct. And the verb doesn't always have to be in past tense. It can be present.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I have another example for y'all. So it's Sarah is dancing in the show. So here, what would be the subject in this sentence? Sarah is dancing in the show.
The subject? Isn't that the show? Or the subject? No, Sarah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, because if we remember, it is, for the English language, is subject, verb, object. So, Sarah is the subject, is dancing is the verb, and in the show is the object. Okay, so today we are going to do a little activity I have prepared for y'all. We already cut up the phrases for y'all. And so basically what we're going to do is I'm going to be giving y'all okay, let me explain the rules first. Okay, so each of y'all have the same phrases, the same sentences, and I want you guys to work in pairs for this activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to pair up, and you and your partner have both the same sentences, and your job is to work together and decide which phrases are the subjects of the sentence, the verb, and the object. And these are not in order. Some may be, but like here, are reading, some books, and the students. And your task here is for you and your partner to decide which one of these phrases is the subject, the verb, and the object. And also remember, sometimes the subject and the object could be interchangeable. So let's say, like, Sarah kissed John. It could be the other way around. John kissed Sarah. So there's some tricky situations like this. Okay, so I'm going to be giving y'all each a blank piece of paper, and what we're going to be doing with this paper is after you and your partner have decided the sentence, the structure that y'all have decided, y'all are going to glue it in that order. And so for it not to be confusing, each of these phrases have the same number. So like these phrases right here, they all have number 4. So you would know that number 4s go with number 4s. So these would be a sentence. Number 1s would be a sentence. Number 2s would be a sentence. So your task is to decide as partners what is the sentence structure, which one is the subject, which one is the verb, and which one is the object. So as y'all glue these down, I want y'all to write down underneath them the subject, verb, and object.
What goes first? So I think John hugged Jane because John should be the one that hugs Jane.
Or it can be Jane hugs John.
Yeah, but the guy should always pull the move first. So.
You're right.
So John.
Okay, so this is one of the tricky situations that I was talking to you guys about. It could, like she said, it could be Jane hugged John or John hugged Jane, and both ways would be correct.
So what goes first? Subject, right?
Yeah, so I think John is subject.
Okay, so John is the subject.
And then the verb would be hug.
Yes, because that's the thing that is being done.
And then the object is Jane.
Even though she's here.
Do you guys have any questions so far? Is everything going smooth?
We're doing good so far.
Okay. So do you guys want to do another example? How about number 6?
Alexia, the teacher, left the classroom. Right? So Alexia, the teacher, Because Alexia left. She's doing something.
Okay.
The classroom is the object.
Okay. I like your explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great idea to talk.
I'm still not done yet.
I think that's a great idea to talk through the sentences with your partner. I think this makes it easier for you to understand the sentence structure. We're all about done. So now I want each person from a pair to read out one sentence that y'all have chosen. So it could be either one, and as we go, the next group won't read those off. Okay, so we can start with you guys.
Okay. John hugged Jane.
Okay, and in this sentence, which one, I want you to explain to us which one is the subject, verb, and object. And afterwards, the classroom, we can all talk about it if we agree, and if everyone else got the same structure. Okay.
Can you explain?
Oh, well, sure, because John is the subject, and he is hugging, which is the verb. Jane, that's the object.
And I heard some of you guys discussing that it could be Jane hugged John, which is correct. Jane could have been the subject in the sentence, and John could have been the object, or either way. Either way, it made sense in this sentence, and it's not always like this, but there are some special situations like in this situation. Okay, do you want to read off another one of your sentences?
Yes, my favorite one was, the students are reading some books, because I had some confusion with that one at first, but yeah.
Okay, so what was your confusion with that one?
Oh, well, at first I thought it was like the students, some books are reading.
Okay.
In Spanish, or not Spanish, but okay, no.
yeah, other languages,
Japanese, you know, they use some confusing mixed up words and sentences.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite language to learn, and yeah.
So some languages use different language structure, and since you are learning that language, it could be confusing for you to make the subject, verb, object structure, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back to class. I'm glad to see you guys again. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing good.
Okay. Well, as we recall, last week we talked about sentence structure, subject, verb, object. And today we will be going over the sentence structure once again, but we will take it in a different way. Okay, so last time we did pretty much matching. It was a matching game. I mixed up the subject, the verb, and the object in the sentence, and it was y'all's task to read through them and as partners decide which one was the subject of the sentence, which one was the verb of the sentence, and which one was the object. And then as a class, we discussed these together. So what we are going to be doing today is, again, like I said, we're going to be going over the subject, verb, object structure, sentence structure of the English language. So, like, for example, again, we have Sarah is dancing in the show. Here, Sarah is the subject, dancing is the verb, and in the show is the object. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be playing a maze game. Again, we're going to be working in pairs so we can communicate with each other, have each other help out with the activity. This activity can be a little confusing, but this is why we have our partners and we have me to explain it. So this is a little how the game goes. I have written down sentences in each worksheet. Y'all all have the same sentences. They're all mixed up. There's no specific order. And for this game, what we're going to be doing is the maze. So to play this game, we are going to be connecting these in the way that it makes sense, the subject, verb, object. So, for example, here's an example. I have Kate cooked dinner, some spaghetti for. So, this is how you play the maze. You would follow in order. So, it wouldn't go Kate cooked dinner for spaghetti some. That wouldn't be the order. So, the point of this game is to make a maze in the order that the sentence should be going. So, this would be Kate cooked some spaghetti for dinner. So, we would go with our pen, we would write Kate cooked some spaghetti for dinner. And we would finish off at dinner. And where you think the sentence is over, you would put a period. And then I will come over and check and help you guys out. But y'all have y'all's partners to communicate with each other. Talk about the sentence structure. Remember, subject, verb, object. So it wouldn't be Kate some spaghetti for cooked, because a sentence would not finish with a verb here, and the object would not go before the verb. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions? No? Okay, so again, this is the mace game, and we are going to be connecting them. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. We will work as partners again, and remember to communicate with each other. If you have any questions, I'm right here, and let's get started.
So for this first one,
we can work on the first one together if y'all like, just so we can get a little head start. So the first one says, the built a strong woman wall stone. So let's say, where do you think the sentence starts here?
I think the woman.
The woman? Okay.
Because that's the subject.
Yes, the woman is the subject in the sentence. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yes, okay. So we can start off by putting our arrow from the to woman.
The woman.
So now let's look. So we have established that the woman is the subject in this sentence. So let's now look for the verb of this sentence. So it's the woman. Would a strong be the verb?
No.
Built. Yes. So we would go from the woman, built. Built is the verb. So what do you think the woman built?
A strong stone wall.
Yes. So here we have a strong stone wall. And a strong is just describing the wall. So a strong stone wall. So here our mace is done, and this is our path. It goes from the woman to built, which is our verb, a strong stone wall, which is our subject. So here we don't necessarily have to write down which one is the subject, verb, and object, as long as we understand. We can go over each of these when you are done, but I want y'all to always put the period where you believe the sentence finishes, and here would be wall. And then I want you to put a star where it starts. Okay, so now you can go ahead and keep working with the rest.
Shopping to the guy. Well, I think it's the guy went shopping to the store.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The guy went shopping to the store.
Okay, so what is the subject in this sentence?
The guy.
The guy.
And the verb?
Shopping. Went shopping.
And the subject. And the object.
Store.
The store. Okay, yes, that is. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the next one.
Okay, so for this one, I think it would be Tom. It would be the subject. Raced Jerry to the store.
Okay.
Or why not? Jerry raced Tom to the store.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like last week when we were talking about how a subject and an object could be flipped because they're both names here. So either way would be fine. It could be Tom raced Jerry or Jerry raced Tom. Yeah, so y'all were both right, and y'all could do the way that y'all want. They're both correct, so it wouldn't be counted against you. So I think we did a great job with these mace, with this mace activity. I think y'all did a great job as partners, communicating, talking through it, deciding which one was the subject, which one was the verb, and which one was the object. And again, y'all did great. Y'all got them all correct. And again, like I said, there's some confusion in some of them where some could be either the subject or the object of the sentence. Like, for example, the Tom and Jerry situation. It could have been Tom raced Jerry to the store or Jerry raced Tom to the store. I hope these activities that we've been doing these past 2 weeks with sentence structures have helped you guys understand the subject-verb-object structure of the English language. I know for other languages, like you said last time, the Japanese language, have different sentence structures, and it could make things harder for English learners to learn the subject-verb-object. But I think y'all are doing great with these activities, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And we are done for this week, and thank you so much for coming today, guys. Y'all did a great job, and I hope to see you guys next week.